How's it going, you guys? AZ Plow back again with another video here in our UFC save in WMMA 5, and it is UFC Fight Night, St. Pierre versus Thompson. GSP taking on Wonderboy Thompson in our main event here tonight. We are coming off of Ngannou versus DeFries, where Philip DeFries kind of shocked the world, TKOing Francis Ngannou in the first round. We are making our way towards UFC 291, Jones versus Velasquez. 3 title fights on that amazing pay-per-view card. Can't wait for it, but we got 3 more fight cards to get through. Let's get this one started. St. Pierre versus Wonderboy. It starts right now, live from Quebec, Canada. GSP and Wonderboy doing battle here today. And the prelims start out with Lucas Sajewski taking on Andrew Holbrook, and Sajewski comes out on top via rear naked choke. Up next, it's Matt Frevola taking on Evander Kuhn in the 155 division, and Kuhn stays undefeated by knocking out Matt Frevola in round number 1. Now 2-0 in the UFC. The South African with a good start to his career. Joni Salavara taking on Muhammad Aiman in the featherweight division, and it is Muhammad Aiman who gets the victory here today. After getting 3 straight wins in WEC, he makes the jump up to the UFC and gets a big win here today. Pavel Vitruk taking on Steve Garcia, I believe in the featherweight division. Yep. And Vitruk, small favorite at -150, and he gets the TKO victory in round number 1. Victor Henry taking on Jonathan Martinez in the bantamweight division, and it's Jonathan Martinez who knocks out Victor Henry in round number 2, getting the 16th win of his career. Davison Figueiredo, former flyweight champion, seeing a little fall from grace, as now he faces off with Thomas Deek in the bantamweight division. Figueiredo, coming off 2 straight losses, Jose Torres and Alex Perez, fighting in the bantamweight division and losing, getting knocked out by Thomas Deek in round number 1. Who is Thomas Deek? No, not anyone of real note, honestly. That is crazy. Former champion getting knocked out by a guy in his 3rd UFC fight. Interesting. Artur Baga Utinov taking on Kian Hindley in the flyweight division, and it's Kian Hindley knocking out Baga Utinov, who missed weight in round number 1. And Hindley, in his UFC debut, gets a big win here today. Damasio Page taking on Bruno Acevedo, also in the flyweight division, and Acevedo gets the submission victory in round number 1. Angela Lee taking on Chiara Penko. Angela Lee 12-5, a big favorite over Penko, and it is Angela Lee who gets the unanimous decision victory here today, now 3-2 in the UFC. Karine Silva taking on Itsuki Harada in the strawweight division, and it's Itsuki Harada beating Karine Silva via unanimous decision here today, despite being the underdog. Jessica Andrade in our first main card fight, taking on Tatiana Suarez. Andrade, you can see, very back and forth time in her career during the save. And for Tatiana Suarez, 3 straight losses, 3 straight wins, and then a loss and a win. That gets her right here. She's number 7, and she gets a unanimous decision victory over the former champion in Jessica Andrade. Renato Moicano taking on Jeremy Kennedy in the featherweight division, or I'm sorry, the lightweight division. Kennedy having a good showing of himself lately, number 11 in the division currently, and it's Moicano who gets the decision. So Moicano, number 8 in the division now, losing to Mark Jakashi, but getting a big win here today over Jeremy Kennedy. Henry Cejudo taking on John Dodson in the bantamweight division. Cejudo, number 13 bantamweight, coming off 2 straight losses. Ray Borg and Piotr Jan. Those are not, losses to scoff at, but consecutive losses nonetheless. And John Dodson, number 14 in the division, coming off a win over Ronnie Yaya. And it's John Dodson who TKOs Henry Cejudo in round number 2. The 38-year-old turning back the clock and getting a big win over the former champion. The former double champ, I should say. Ryan Bader taking on Tyson Pedro in our not the co-main event, but in another match here. Bader, number 11 in the division, coming off a win over Ryan Spann via knockout. Tyson Pedro, number 10, coming off 3 straight wins. And Tyson Pedro gets a TKO victory over Ryan Bader in round number 1, fight rated as being great. Sky's the limit for the 29-year-old as we arrive at the co-main event of the evening. Gunnar Nelson and Funky Ben Askren doing battle in the welterweight division. Ben Askren losing to Jakashi, but recently getting a win over Michael Chiesa. And Gunnar Nelson coming off 2 straight wins, Dong Yun Kim and Jack Marshman. And it is Funky Ben Askren who gets the unanimous decision victory over Gunnar Nelson here today. And we've arrived at our main event of the evening. George Rush St. Pierre taking on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. 5 rounds, 42 and 40 years old. These guys are some old vets going at it in our main event here in Quebec. It's our main event of the evening. Let's get it started. Herb Dean is your referee. Takedown successful. Half guard. Back up. Uh-oh. Another takedown. Kimura. Thompson stops it. GSP getting a little bit tired there as round 1 comes to a close and GSP is out in front. Gotta eat dinner. That sounds good, Blake. You have a good one. Right kick to the head, spinning kick to the body. Catches St. Pierre with a right hook. Quick takedown attempt, and he gets it. Half guard. Right away. Halfway point of the round. High-speed takedown, hopping on another foot, drives him up against the cage, smothering him up against the cage, and round 2 comes to a close. GSP out in front by 2 rounds. GSP clinches. Wonderboy gets backed up against the cage. GSP gets another takedown after he catches a kick from Wonderboy. Thompson starts scrambling. Time is up. That's the end of round 3. And GSP is up by 3 rounds. Absolutely sweeping Wonderboy thus far. GSP in control here midway through round number 4. Another takedown. Final 60 seconds of round 4, and GSP is just breezing through this main event against Wonderboy. Final round, Wonderboy needs some kind of stoppage. Oh, a slam, and Wonderboy on his back now. Uh-oh. There it goes. Halfway through round number 5, Herb Dean calls a stop to it. Your winner via submission due to a Kimura is George Rush St. Pierre. The 35th fight of his career and the 30th win. And GSP has retired from MMA. Everyone down in the comments section, big respect for GSP. 42 years old, finally retires after a big win over Wonder Boy in his home state of Quebec. You gotta love it. Let's see, any fantastic fights on the card? Does not look like it. We'll give it to Moicano and Kennedy. Let's see here. Thomas Deek and Kian Henley. And Tyson Pedro get performance bonuses. Nice $1 million profit. We don't care too much about that. We're going to update our rankings and then take a look to see what is next. How about that? GSP retiring after beating Wonderboy Thompson. I feel like if that fight were to happen in real life, it would kind of go down like that. Mostly just because GSP's stand-up is pretty good, but obviously his wrestling has to be a lot better than Wonderboy's. It's going to be interesting to see, though, what happens when Wonderboy and Burns fight. I mean, that's going to be crazy. And I'm a big Wonderboy fan, so I'm going to be praying that he does well. It hurt me. It hurt my soul to see him lose to Anthony Pettis, to see him get knocked out like that. I was actually at my buddy's apartment watching that. And I was kind of like commentating on it when I watched it happen. And it was just terrible. Because he was winning. He was cruising through that first round. And then Pettis just kind of hops off that cage and badonks him. Right in the dome. Puts him to sleep. Ugh, sucks. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Either way, hopefully Wonderboy can get it done against Burns. That'd be sweet. Let's take a look and see what our rankings say. Nothing at heavyweight. Light heavyweight, Tyson Pedro, number 6. Ryan Bader down at number 16. Middleweight, no movement. Welterweight, Gunnar Nelson down to 16. Ben Askren up to number 7. Jeremy Kennedy down to number 14. Moicano stays at number 8. Evander Kuhn into the rankings at number 22. Who did he beat again? Matt Fravola and Michael Chandler. I mean, okay. Featherweight, Pavel Vitruk is in the rankings. I mean, all right. Bantamweight, John Dodson up to number 7. Henry Cejudo moves up a spot. Interesting. Munoz back in the rankings at number 18. Davison Figueiredo in at number 21 despite losing to a no-name, really. At flyweight, no movement. Nothing at featherweight. Nothing at bantamweight. At flyweight, Yuri Kondo back in the rankings. And at strawweight, Suarez at number 6. Andrade at number 8. And Alexa Grasso, why are you here? Because she won once in Invicta. Well, she will definitely be getting sent back down. Alexa? Yeah, I'm supposed to send her down. Alrighty. Well, the next time I see you guys will be... Oh, my Alexa's responding to me now. The next time I see you guys will be for UFC Fight Night, Lee versus Edwards. Kevin Lee and Leon Edwards in a semifinal in the Super Lightweight Grand Prix. That should be a good one. After that, it's Weidman versus Van Steenis, followed by Jones versus Velasquez. I'm AZPlow21. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you at the fights.